Hello everyone, and welcome to Fleet's Sunday Streaming. I hope you're all having a good time. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves. I know I am. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. Yes, we're back with Hearts of Iron 4 on a Sunday. Now, if you'll recall, last week we had in fact managed to just about... Hello everyone. Get ourselves to peace with the various nations that we were fighting, and we actually secured a decent amount of territory from the Russians, including the Baku oil fields and various parts of Central Asia, including an area rich in raw material over here, which I'll just show off real quick. We managed to capture some areas rich in tungsten, chromium, and aluminium, as well as also seizing the Baku oil fields off the Russians. However, despite also having gains against the Allies in the east as well, we did lose most of our territories in the Middle East to the Allies. However, the war for the rest of the world still goes on, with the Allies and the Russians and Japanese still fighting each other, the war locked in a stalemate. We've been given breathing room to prepare our forces and hit them again. And this time, we shall not make the same mistakes we did last time. We have a new naval base outside of the Persian Gulf, so our fleet will no longer be trapped in the Persian Gulf when war breaks out. We're also rapidly reconstituting our fleet to make sure that it's ready for offensive operations. The main thing is, our fleet didn't actually suffer much, if anything, in the way of losses. However, what we did have to deal with was the loss of certain key assets. So a lot of our submarine force was annihilated. And we have to now consider the reconstitution of that force. Which I'm planning to do very shortly. So, the fact we even managed to survive is a miracle in and of itself. And now, of course, as I'm sure you're all aware, the same thing that we were trialling last week, we will still have this week. Now, there weren't many takers for it last week, but we shall see if we can get anybody to come and join us as officers and men. So if you're in the Discord server and you feel like giving Fleet technical advice in how he's being an idiot and how things could be so much better, please do come on down to the Rambling Zone and you will have your chance to have your say. So we'll see if we get anybody who wants to come and be part of the general staff. But for now, let's move things forwards. So, where did the war leave us? So we end the conflict with a force of nearly 1 million men under arms. Now, a lot of them are in a fairly bad shape, but we did at least succeed in pushing the Russians out of Central Asia. And of course, those forces will now be maintained. Oh, yes, HOI 4 takes a bit of time to get going, but once we're going, we're fine. So I'm just going to start slowly moving time forwards, and then we can catch up. So there we go. So these are the Northern Guard forces that will remain in the north to guard the territory we've taken from Russia, in case that conflict restarts. But my main goal is to restart the conflict with the Allies as soon as I feel ready. We've got about a year until the truce expires. And I plan to make full use of that time. Give it a minute, the game's just thinking about what's going on. But as soon as it's all up and running, we shall be up and running as well. Come on, my old chestnut. Put some more coal into the firebox on my steam-powered computer. Yeah. I need a better computer. But, well, money. And, you know, lack thereof. But, we are now moving. So, what I now need to do is to start reconstituting our forces. So, for example, this force is to be disbanded under General Mohammad Rajavi in order to return the manpower and equipment it's using to the reserves. If, you know, we can actually get there, that'd be great. Yeah, the game is currently frozen while it's trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Oh, come on, game. When is the next Railroader stream? At some point. It was a bit of an emergency thing, but I may actually end up doing it on the regular if people are that willing to see it come forwards. Okay, there we go. And we are now moving. The game is now going forwards. Okay. And accelerate time, please. Okay, so what I then want to do is take 6 of these divisions, and they will be assigned to the army that will remain in the Caucasus under General Kamran Mosan. He will be assigned to the Northern Theatre, not as a general in the armed force, but as an independent general guarding the Caucasus frontier from Russian incursion. Because I have no doubts that there will probably be an attempt by Russian troops to redress territorial losses they may have sustained during the conflict. And I have no desire to see that occur. However, the real thing we need to work on here is the reconstitution of Western Theatre Command. And the forces within it. There we go. Improved turrets. Very good. The Eastern Theatre is pretty stable. We secured a good chunk of India's supply dumps, although we will need to make a rapid advance to seize that territory when the new stage of the war begins. There we go. We've actually, because of the reduction in size of our army, we've gained some manpower back. No, it's because we're fighting the fascists are on the verge of collapse, and that peace deal is about to occur. And I think that's probably... Oh, that may have been it. Yep, that's it. Yep, the fascists have just collapsed. And we may actually be about to gain back all of the territory we lost in the... Yes, I'm sorry, Britain, but no. I am seizing the lands that I took in that war. This is one of the conditions of the peace that you signed with me. Don't try and get out of it. They're really going to try and contest this, aren't they? I'm not taking any of the rest of France's colonial empire, am I? So, don't act like I am. Britain, honestly, stop. I can keep doing this all day. Thank you. So apart from the land that we lost in northern Persia, we have regained a lot of the territory that we lost during the war with Britain. The only thing I have to say, though, is, bearing in mind the potential conflict that is about to break out, I can't help but wonder if I want to contest British Somaliland. I don't know if I can get it, but if I can get it, then... Oh, no, I can't get it. Oh, well. I had hoped to contest it, but never mind. I think we've got everything we need. Well, let's see how that turns out. Oh, I forgot the Afghan Empire! Oh, why did I forget the Afghan Empire? Oh my god, no, 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 hang on. Whoa, 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 hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, I forgot the Afghan Empire. Hang on. Yep, I've got to... That's it, we've got to... Go back! Go back to the beginning of January, go back! Go back! Go back! Go back! Back a bit! Back a bit! I knew there was a nagging feeling there. There was something that I'd forgotten. Yeah, you know, this first territory that I conquered and invaded at the start of this whole war. That first war that lasted for ages and ages and ages. Can't believe myself. What am I like, folks, eh? What am I like? So, yeah, in other news for the, channel, obviously be on Shipshape with Dr. Clark this evening, assuming it's still running, but I have no reason that it wouldn't be running. Also, we've got the Chieftain coming on Monday. So yeah, the Chieftain of World of Tanks fame, and you know, the tank historian, Tank Jesus, basically. Coming on Ramblings on Monday, so that'll be fun. But yeah, okay. So I basically all I need to do is the same thing I was just doing. So yep, you need to take up your defensive positions there. You need to join the Western Theatre. You need to join the Northern Theatre. You need to take up your defensive posture here, please. Thank you. Because I have no reason to doubt this is only a temporary arrangement. Eastern Front can stay as it is. You can be disbanded. You can join the West like that, because that front's now going to expand to cover most of what we need to deal with. Or actually, probably not. Yeah, let's leave. So let's put you gentlemen behind the lines for now, just until I know exactly what the score is. Yeah, you should be transferred to that army to bulk it up to 30 divisions, and that should be that for now. So there we go. Back. So, but a temporary hiccup there. Whoops! Fleet accidentally foobarred in spectacular fashion, but we're fine. We're fine. It's all right. Here we go again. Night. I never attempted to take the Suez Canal. I never attempted to take the Suez Canal in the peace deal. It wasn't even on offer. This isn't a peace deal against the British Empire. So territory that the British Empire owns, they can't give up. Well, the peace will soon be coming again. So this won't take very long for the new peace to emerge. There we go. And our troops are returning to the start lines in the east, which is fine. With our new territorial control firmly established. Ah, here we go. Okay, so this time, don't forget, seize the territories that we desire in the first turn. There we go. Don't even try, Britain, please. I am here for the Middle Eastern territories that I fought and bled for. So please don't try. And... no, Britain. I don't think so. Nope. I fought for it, and even if we were enemies recently, I still have the right to take these territories that I fought and bled and died for. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, we'll give up that territory. Does that give us an... oh... I have to... okay, that string I can possibly permit. Oh, you're gonna make me give up parts of Arabia? That is... that is... oh, really, America? America basically fought to try and defend... oh, okay, yeah, so there will have to be another war with the Allies. But we have at least secured all the territory I wanted to secure. That I could get. How much score have I got left? 67. Are there any cheap ships going free that I can use to rebuild my navy? Yeah, actually there are. There are a bunch of old destroyers going free that I can use to bulk up the fleet. Yeah, Knight. Yeah, Knight. Remember, we already fought one war with them, which ended in this. There will be another war. Like, let there be no illusions here. There is going to be another war. We're currently reconstituting Iranian territory to get ready for that conflict. No, Austria, I don't think so. We work alone. Whoa! Hey up, who are you? What? The Mountains Republic of Dagestan? They... hey! They nicked off with some of the territory I controlled de jure. Yeah, and some of the other territory I secured that were the lines we made out in the peace deal. That's not very fair. Okay, the Russians are pushing the Iranians all the way into... okay, the Turks are actually on the run now. But yeah, there's a lot of reconstitution to actually be done here. And so I'm going to do it quickly. Okay, so... it's right with them to get to the Far East. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Like, look, look, our participation in the Second World War as it was led to conflicts we barely survived. But survive them we did. And we did manage to take territory, including a great deal of resource-rich land from Russia and Central Asia. So, it was a net positive, although we did lose certain key areas of Iran in the west. But those territories can be recovered now that our economy is running full pelt again. And especially with the reclamation of key areas in Iraq, which provided fuel to the economic train that was the Iranian military. Let's see, how many ships did we get? Well, there wasn't much left of the, well, there were some subs. Oh, good lord, there was not much left of the, Norwegian fleet. Oh well. Okay, that's not too bad. There we go, so this is the, submarine force. And this is First Flotilla. So now let's start actually So we're going to get rid of the convoy construction, and we're going to start, again, mass building our Type 2s again to go into the first flotilla. Of course, it's important that any ships that are going to operate outside of the Persian Gulf are based outside it, in the brand new headquarters of the Iranian Navy in Sistan, including, of course, the Indian Ocean Battle Fleet, with our 4 full-on battleships and cruiser escort. Unfortunately, the 2 Omega-class cruisers that we did manage to build prior to the outbreak of the war were sadly lost. Omega herself was sunk by a British destroyer, HMS Glaisdale. Although we did manage to sink the cruiser Newfoundland when the battleship Diana caught her with their 15-inch guns and sank her. The Isthmus Interceptor was sadly sunk by the light cruiser Euralis when engaging her. It was tragic, but, well, it made sense, given everything we've been through. I'm not saying things are perfect for the Iranian military, but they've been worse, I grant you. Much worse. Our top general still exists, Hassan Aifa. Available special project. What have you got for me, game? No, thank you, I don't need that. Our projects for nuclear reactors and jet engines are proceeding at a fairly rapid rate. This is the phase of reconstitution. We cannot go back to war with the Allies until 23rd of December 1946. We have peace with the Russian Empire. If I can find my flag. I should be able to find our flag. It's here. Oh, there it is. Hang on. Oh. Until the 4th of January 1948. So, we need to focus on pushing the Allies out of Arabia first, continuing the successes we actually had in India, because we had great success on the Indian front. And given where the front lines were frozen, we actually de jure control a great chunk of Indian territory. That will mean that we'll be able to make even more progress into India in the next war than we did in the last war. And we were already very successful in the last war. The Romanians are sadly being defeated. The Germans are fighting numerous major wars, although I am worried that I think the Germans are going to end up at war with the Allies if they're not careful. In fact, it's highly likely they will end up at war with the Allies, and I'm hopeful that they do. Ooh, jet engine. No, universal engines, please. Ah, good, our jet engines are nearly done, are approaching completion. And we're actually approaching being able to actually core some of the states that we've gained. We're approaching the 80% compliance we need to core some states, which is fantastic. What was it? There was something else I wanted to research. Ah, yes, Navy. Given that a large portion of our war will be done by our submarines, it's all vital that we have new ones. But I also want to actually make sure that we have access to carriers, even if they are basic early carrier designs. Just some for... Hello, Chandler Lord Chandler, nice to see you. Excuse me one second, gentlemen. Someone is bang, bang, banging on my door. I need to bang, bang, bang and see who it is. Hang on a minute, the nation Francais still exists. What? So there's now... Oh yeah, that's right, also, I will point out the Angevin Empire is back, so that's all core UK territory. So France is now a rump state. Also, the nation Francais still exists. Where is it? So Liberia has joined the conflict. Where are they? Where are they? They've got to be somewhere. Some some territory they own. I don't see it. No, that's Portugal they're allied to, but where are... Oh my god, they're here! The stronghold of fascist France is here. Oh my goodness. And unless I'm mistaken... Yep, Swaying Anchor is one of the German battleships they captured during their ill-fated intervention, the Alsace. Oh my god, that's funny! And you're left without porting. Why don't you have ownership of Iranian Kurdistan? Well, you see, the reason that I had to, yeah, I had to make peace with the Allies to avoid the complete destruction of the Iranian state. So I made a gamble and we froze the front lines in place. I didn't used to own all of this territory here. Well, I used to own a lot of this territory, but I've gained a lot of it in a peace deal that we signed once the fascists went under. I also froze the conflict with the Russians and the Japanese, but they're still fighting the Allies in the Middle East. Both of those powers are still banging away at each other, which is a situation I hope to desperately exploit. Oh, and available. No, I don't need small subs. Thank you. There we go. We're working on what land warfare do I have? Runnable tanks, pigeons, barrage balloons. What? Oh, yes. This is one of the reasons why I'm researching super heavy tanks. It is land cruiser time. They have 2 destroyers to escort 1 battleship. Yeah. What is the... Oh, no. This is a collection of mods that we used to use in the dry dock for HOI 4 games. It's called the Dry Dock Mod Collection. I have it saved on my Steam. I can send it to people if they like and put a link to the collection in the video description if people want it. It's a collection of various different mods that we run together. Okay, so the 2 Omega class are going to be done. So, we need to consider the Black Drum class for laying down. And what I'm probably going to do is we'll do 4 ships in parallel. Of these cruisers. Nope, not the Red Jaspers. They were with the old Persian Gulf fleet that got its cheeks clapped by British cruisers. So, yep, so we'll get those built. Actually, we'll probably need 2 of them, actually, because we're building a scout force. It doesn't have to be as big as the main fleet. Oh, cue Russian noises there. So population levels, 500k. We basically have to really start coring some of the territory we conquered out east, which we're close to being able to do. Okay, civil war. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a new power block on the block. Greece has betrayed its allies in the Czech Entente and is now fighting against the people it once considered friends. That's crazy. The Greeks have... fear the Greeks, even when they bring gifts. Wait. So... Oh my god, this is hilarious. This is the second Italian civil war we've seen now. So the Czech Entente is nearly dead. Yep, there we go, and that's going to bring the Corfu Cooperative in against the entire Czech Entente, which I'm not surprised at. Oh, the US somehow landed in the Black Sea. That's honestly fairly impressive. So emergency garrison forces are still all over the Empire. They're guarding places. This is all very good. One thing the Persian Empire has in abundance is all of the trucks. We have literally all of the trucks. I mean, everybody gets a truck. Like, we've got so many trucks, we don't even know what to do with them. The Balkans are that simple. Yes, Chandler Lord. Yes. Oh, good lord. Well, it can't be long now until the Czech Entente collapses. We've still got the rest of the year to make prep, so... There we go. Super heavy howitzers are being constructed. This is all very good. We can bring our artillery production down to bring our rifle production up. We're building aircraft at a fairly decent rate. I can afford to stand down some of the emergency squadrons that we had to bring into service due to the vast scale of the conflict, and bring our aircraft numbers back to the traditional strength of the Persian Air Force, which was 200 fighters and 200 close air support aircraft, and that's always been the traditional strength of the Persian Air Force at peacetime. And we'll train them back up. We've also got the 2 ace pilots. Ace Sunshine Aziz Sunshine Mandarani and Rexa Pebbles Persian. And so we're training up our aircraft now. And considering what comes next. Well, first things first, to see if there's any equipment on the international market we can get hold of to sort out some of our deficits. What we really need is rifles. Lots and lots and lots of rifles. Luckily, the Commonwealth, which isn't involved in any major conflicts, is selling lots and lots and lots of rifles. Six people watching. Beautiful. Let me just check and see if there are any members of the Discord who want to step up and become members of the HQ. They do not, sadly. But, never mind. Carrier study. We've completed a study of how put flat thing on top of ship. Now we will research the hulls. Well, these are conversions, but with all of our ships currently needed, none of my cruisers or capital units are available for conversion. So we'll have to build a keel-up design based on early carrier principles. Think something like Hermes, but slightly more capable. Where are we? Okay, so we've got all that, that's fine. There we go, that's all well and good. I don't think it's likely there'll be any war against the Russians right now. They're too busy fighting on other fronts. And all we'll lose at that point is the Caucasus to invasion. That can be relatively easily stopped. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to make the decision to shift the forces guarding the Caucasus to the front with the Turks. And have them as the meat of that front. I'm going to move General Hassan Arthur with the elite forces of the Persian army to that front. And then the major strength of the army will move to Arabia and prep for operations in Arabia. So, Saipans. Not quite. Saipans is a bit small. Like, older versions of light fleet carriers is probably nearer the mark. If that makes sense. Oh, check on Ton. I think he's about to go under. Oh, no, not yet. Oh, I think, yeah, the check on Taunt's pretty much... Oh, yeah, the Greeks just came in. Oh, my lord, the Greeks just absolutely came in with a metal chair. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my god, the Greeks. Good lord. Just literally dropped a metal chair on their heads. Good god. Greeks are very, 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 very angry. Actually, I know I can just skip that completely. Just go to advanced fire control. Don't even need the older one. Yes, national ideas. Improve logistics. Available special project. Multi-chamber large caliber gun. That could work. Recon company. Ball tank. No. No, thank you. Barrage balloons. It would help offset Allied air power to a bit, but the Iranian Air Force has never been swept from the skies by any of our opponents. We've just always been fighting a little bit outnumbered. So the elite divisions are here. Oh, why is your max speed 4? What is... So we've got Motorized Command Company. Something is... Super heavy artillery. That's why. There we go. That's what's doing it. If it'll let me. Okay, maybe it won't let me. Okay, yeah, just get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so... We don't have enough for a... What I can do is create a basic infantry division. So... Bring back infantry into our army. So 3 companies... So 2 companies of 3 infantry. And then some light infantry. These will have, again, all the accoutrement signal company, flamethrower company, super heavy artillery battery, sport anti-air, all the good stuff. There we go. And if we could start training them, that would be great. Yeah, we're missing infantry equipment. But I think that's all we're missing for now. Yeah, we're missing some super heavy howitzers. That's not too big of a deal. Yeah, okay, that's what we'll stick with. 13 divisions for now. And get them to the front with the Western Allies. And we'll use them to just blast a path clean through. So then what we'll do here is we will split off. Yeah, so your training is concluded, so... you gentlemen, so split off some regiments from you. And then you two will go to there to prepare for the invasion of the Levant. You regiments will continue your training until you're ready to go. And then we'll keep moving forwards. So I think the other cruisers are done. So now I can actually afford to put some ships in the reserve fleet. Yeah, there we go. So you are the Indian Ocean Scouting Group. There we go. A pair of 30-knot ships, which is 5 knots faster than our current dreadnoughts. They'll scout for and provide information to the primary fleet. Of course, our fleets will be on very limited engagement risk, only jumping on enemy forces if it's clear that the outcome of victory rests in our favour. Because to do anything else is just tantamount to suicide. Well, the British repaired the Suez Canal. Good for them. And we've got equipment coming in from the Poles to help bulk up our army, which is very good. Yeah, I know we have available planes in reserve. That's why we're training with them, bulking up the size of our air force. Our tanks did fairly well. Despite being light armor, they did fairly well for the size of them. And we're able to go toe-to-toe with enemy medium tanks. It's only when heavies and modern armor appeared that we started to struggle slightly. There we go. We will upgrade our motorized command companies to be even more effective. So the plan in the north is fairly simple. Retake the areas lost to the Allies. Hold in the west and retake the territory that we lost to Turkey in their first invasion. The plan, of course, is to basically do a repeat of the old plan, which is drive westwards at as fast as we can and seize Egypt off the Allies, then push south. That's the plan. The plan is the same as the one that worked successfully against the Allies nearly 4 years ago. That was only thwarted by the surprise invasion by the Turks. A plan that very nearly resulted in the total removal of Allied influence from the Middle East. If the Turks and the Russians hadn't gotten involved. This time, however, such contingencies have been prepared for and worked into operational planning. Oh. Hey, nuclear reactor research is... Hey, we're nearly done gaining our first nuclear reactor. Nice. More free military factories. This is all very good. Oh, do not poke the obelisk. Netherlands, do not poke the obelisk. I don't even know what's going on in Norway and Sweden. They're trying to fight for their lives up there, and they're not doing that well. The Russians have been naval invaded through Crimea, which is hilarious. Although they are making inroads into Turkey. It seems to me as though actually, you know what? It might... Now that I'm thinking about it, it may actually be better to let the Allies actually push north into Arabia and then counterattack on one front, so that we just keep it all as a single front, rather than losing divisions trying to guard that southern area, which is basically indefensible to us. We're also chronically badly supplied where we were. That may be a better option. As long as we stay ahead... Oh, sorry, have to go. Having bedroom painted. See you in brew ships. Thank you, Chad Lord Chandel. See you in brew ships. So, cruisers being constructed. What's our current... what is the... So Type 1942s are our current destroyers. I'm sure I can do better than this with our current technology. In fact, I can probably do this with a better hull, actually. They're not bad ships. But I'm sure in the time it takes me to build the new class of cruisers, I'll be able to research improved guns. And more importantly, an improved hull. And we're steadily bringing our medium naval bomber squadron up to full strength again. Operates a mix of tri-motor designs. And they actually did fairly good work in the last war. They contributed to the sinking of... I'm not sure a lot of countries will be that keen on a dominant Iranian fleet. No, probably not. But even then, my fleet's not dominant. It's local control only at this point, given the powers that I'll be at war with, it is local control only. The only guarantee I've got is that the fact that the US is having to invade Japan again to try and defeat them a second time after the first time failed. The Japanese fleet is still a major threat to the US Navy, despite all the hammering it's been taking. And that the Russian Imperial fleet continues to grow. I also don't know if the Republic of China is building a battle fleet. It doesn't seem like it. The Indian Navy is also fairly substantial, though it's mostly cruisers and destroyers. It's the Royal and US Navies that will have to continually attrit, given the just sheer size of them. Stupidly large now. I am, however, confident that we can do it. Tri-motors are fairly good ideas for bombers, especially naval aircraft. Nothing wrong with a good tri-motor design. Gives you an extra engine in case things go wrong. Nothing wrong with tri-motors. They were a fairly decent way of getting extra capacity without having to build a significantly larger aircraft. The Italians had great success with their tri-motors. Did fairly well with them. And in fact, I'm using them as maritime patrol and naval bombers, so they're carrying torpedoes and light bombs in a anti-shipping role. We don't have any tactical bombers per se. We only have tactical aircraft fighters and close air support aircraft. How are we doing? We're going fairly well. Yeah, there we go. Infantry equipment starting to really flow into the ranks of our troops now. I could do with some other smaller infusions, however, of firearms. Yeah, I will actually put a second order of rifles down, just because. Oh, excellent! That actually, I am going to. Where are they? Here we are, the Anubis class battleships. So this will be actually their full rebuilds when I can find the time for it. So they're going to get massively improved fire control, radar, They'll keep the engines they have. They'll keep the batteries that they have and everything else. AA can be... Their anti-aircraft guns can stay as they are. But basically it's a fire control and radar fit for the Anubis class. So I'll just... it shouldn't take too much time to rebuild them. I'll probably drag them all in and do it in a couple of months. Yeah, it'll not take long, yes. We'll just drag them all in and rebuild them quickly. Let's spare a dockyard for the task. Well, Knight, so did every tactical bomber of the early war period. The fact they had 3 engines isn't the problem there. It's just they were medium bombers operating in a place where the airspace was contested. We see it everywhere. On the Russian front, as for the Russians and the Germans, over England during the Battle of Britain. The fact they had 3 engines wasn't the problem. It was just the environment they were operating in. It wasn't that they were tri-motors, it was that, like I say, they were operating in the Mediterranean, which, yeah, that's about the most contested air environment that we got during the Second World War. You flip-flopped between who was dominant in the skies on a particular day. Oh, that's right, I can trade for some chromium from the Turks to... No, I don't want that much. Oh, and the naval base in Sistan is nearly completed to the full size it needs to be to keep the battle fleet running. There we go. So we've got the rebuilds ongoing. I will stop the... I should probably also do a rebuild of the Omegas to give them... I don't know what radar fit the Omegas actually have. They don't have a radar fit, so yeah, they'll have to have a refit to get better fire control and radar. And of course, may as well fit them with more anti-aircraft guns if we can manage it. Do I want to try and retrofit them with large cruiser armor? It'll make them... it doesn't give me that much extra armor. So, no, I don't think I will. We'll just refit them with radar and fire control. Ah, carriers. Marvellous. Let me see. What could... actually, let me see. How many of my old aircraft do I have in storage? Because I may use one of my older airframes. FND 21. We've got Hurricanes in storage, but... yeah, we don't really have many older airframes in storage for fighters. How much for CAS do we have, though? I mean, I've plenty for CAS. I have plenty of C2s, actually, in storage. So it might be worth doing a naval bomber airframe based on the C2 design. And doing having the fighters be completely up-to-date airframes, but having the bombers be based on the old C2 design, which may not be the worst idea, actually. Where are we? Here we go. So, yeah, I want you to carry torpedoes, please. Marvellous. And we'll have you have the best inline engine you can. Heavyweight construction. Yeah, we'll give you a decent cockpit. Obviously, have it carry drop tanks. Have an improved range. Armor plates to survive its bombing run. Sure, why not? Magnetic kilometer detector and a ley light, just for whenever you're hunting submarines. No, radio navigation is not needed, but extra fuel tanks will be. So this would be the IIAC CN Carrier Naval 1. Anyone think of a name for this particular aircraft? We'll leave it unnamed for now, while it goes into low-rate production. But if anybody can think of a name for it, I will be all ears. As for the carrier-based fighter aircraft, that'll be based on our most advanced airframe. It'll use one of our extremely powerful radial engines. Again, reinforced construction. It'll carry 4 cannon, and 4 heavy machine guns. And have an advanced gyroscopic sight. Obviously a Naka cowling. And we'll fit it with a turbocharger. It'll have drop tanks under the wings. It'll have fire extinguishers, self-sealing fuel tanks, and armor plating. So this will be the IIAC CF Carrier Fighter 1. Again, if anyone can think of a name for this aircraft. Oh, come on, Montana. Swordfish? Really? Come on, that's a bit... Can't we think of something a little bit more, you know, different? I know it's a torpedo biplane, and I get that, but... Anyone else got a name other than Swordfish? Like, come on. Anybody at all? Anybody at all? Yeah, Knight, they weren't heavy bombers. Well, some of them were, but they were an interesting solution for problems. Well, yeah, because twins and quads were the way forward, but trimotors were a product of their time, and they weren't bad. They weren't bad aircraft just because they were trimotors. That's the thing you're wrong on. They weren't bad aircraft. Ooh, okay. So Moray, Rapier, the Butcher. So, okay. So, honestly, out of those names, I like... So, for the torpedo bomb, I'm going to call that the Moray. Because I like that name. And for the fighter, I am torn between Rapier or the Butcher. What do you think? Rapier or Butcher? What do we think wins? Because Mark Harkness suggested the Rapier, Timu Locker has suggested the Butcher. For those who are watching, which of those names do you prefer? Rapier or the Butcher? Also, given how it is as an aircraft with its armor plating and reinforced construction, the Butcher probably sounds better. But it seems a little messy. I'm probably going to go with the Rapier. Because it's a fighter aircraft. It's supposed to be seen as nimble. Well, more nimble, anyway. Okay, and let me just start researching something that I know we're going to need. Paratroopers. There we go. So, yep, the Indian Ocean Fleet is being constructed. Oh, and now we've got the work on our new capital ships. Capital ship rebuilds continuing at a rapid rate. So the Omega class will also go in for refits now. As well. Shouldn't take too long to get them all refitted. Obviously we've got shipments of weaponry coming in from the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, which is enabling us to reconstitute our divisions fairly handily. Let me see. Wait, Light Tank Command Company? Oh, that... Yes, command tanks. That is the way. Can we push our L-20s to speed. Oh yeah, they already are fast enough. They're just the L-20s are just hilariously powerful for light tanks. They have no business being as powerful as they are, but they are that powerful. Okay, the Allies are making some gains in North Africa now. Reggiano de Sul is trying to hold them back, but isn't quite succeeding. Oh, new traits for our military commanders. All-wheel drive for our trucks. Good idea. Gives them good breakthrough. That's what we like. Since the trucks are our breakthrough divisions, this is all very, very good. Hey! Nuclear reactors! Fantastic! Come on, can I... Oh, yes! Oh my god, yes! Let's do that. Give me the portable sun. Oh, thank you, Timu, for submitting the request. Quickly, give me the portable sun. I can be trusted with the portable sun. I can absolutely be trusted with the portable sun. This is the voice of a trustworthy man. Like, Fleet can be trusted with the portable sun. You can trust me, guys. Honest. Time for the bomb? Yes, Timu. Time for the bomb. Kaboom. So, infantry division is being constructed. Very, very... Who on... Excuse me. Someone is just... I don't know who it is tonight, but someone is really annoying me by trying to annoy our dog. And I will remember to pause it this time, since Chandler Lord Chandel did say not to leave it unpaused. The reconstitution of our armed forces is going marvellously. Things are going really well, actually. I am very happy with the way the reconstitution has gone. Fusion device. No. Just fission bombs right now. There we go. So how are we doing in terms of firepower? Not great, but not terrible either. The Russian state is actually... Yeah, the Russians have pushed things back to a status quo with the Allies now. There's also an advantage here. There won't be a West African front. The British decolonized all of the French colonies in that region, so I can actually just push straight down through Africa and not be concerned with having to fight a Western front. So that they've actually made the African front easier for me. So how are we doing? Not too badly. Refits are going well. The last of the Anubis class, Typhon, will be rejoining the fleet in a second. Did we get the... No, 7 days, then we'll have the new destroyer. So we've got HMOS. Oh, I'm leaving the ships to be... So what's she done in her career? So you sank a bunch of American submarines. Okay. And the Olegdin also sank an American submarine. Okay, so they've got some decent careers. I forget, what have my battleships actually done? So Anubis doesn't have any kills. Diana sank the light cruiser Newfoundland. Freya sunk 3 unnamed, I believe those are Yemeni destroyers. Yeah, the sun is a fusion reactor, but we're getting fission bombs. Gone fission, there's a sign upon my door. Mark Harkness, when a portable sun appears, you don't question its backstory. Well said, sir. Do not question the portable sun. And let's get some proper dual-purpose guns for these destroyers. We've been using dual-purpose 3-inch guns. It's about time we got 4 and 5-inch mounts for our new destroyers. There we go. So they're done. Okay, so I hope we can push these carriers up to a decent speed. Actually, we've actually got really decent cruiser engines. So, oh, hang on, islandless design. Carrier with no island. No, we'll fit it with radar. Of course, then give it some heavy AA. Alright, gents. This is the real choice here. I think we have to go with armoured hangars, because I think our ships are gonna... I think our ships are going to be operating in areas where not having, you know... problem is even... The problem is with... Actually, if I give him a carrier range, that makes him slower. No, still not really fast enough. 22 knots will slow down our... 23 and a bit, that's still not really ideal. Armoured hangars do help. And give the ship more ability to absorb hits. 22 knots is 2 knots slower than our battleships, which is a bit annoying. And they can only carry 50... Oh, hang on. If they carry 50 aircraft, what about if I... Because each of these hangars can carry 25. They can carry 20. So... What if we remove that? 23.4 knots. Open hangar gets me up to... Okay, a small hangar gives me 24, which means I can keep up with... Yeah, so we'll have a small hangar, but the hangar itself won't be armoured, but the flight deck will be. I'm happy with that. So, what should we call you then? Yeah, we'll call these the Palang class carriers. They're very small ships and actually fairly cheap. They're even... I think they're actually cheaper than our... Yeah, they're cheaper than our large armoured cruisers. But they enable us to start a basically construction tradition of Iranian carriers. So obviously, as I'm sure you're aware, so they only carry 20 aircraft. But at least they are, you know, carriers. And they're going to provide support to our battleships directly. That's the plan, anyway. How are we doing for time? Oh, we are well on time. Very good. Okay, all is well. And now we bring the Palang class carriers to the top and start building them. 31st January 1947. Very good. Which means we actually need to spare 2 factories from building guns to start actually building our new Rapier and Moray class carrier aircraft. So that when our carriers actually commission, there's, you know, something to actually go on them. Support companies. Can we get any more support companies? We can. Yes, we absolutely can. Very good indeed. No spare things knocking around yet, but that's fine. Ooh. Oh! Well, if we have to catch up to the United States, go big or go home, I guess. Pikery carrier. Why not? I'm sure, you know, this won't come back to bite us in our ample posterior. I mean, if we're going to be competing with the US, it's sort of like... Why bother? Unless you're building carriers that are so farcically big that it's hysterical. Which is exactly what I plan to do. How many more divisions can I build? Actually, no, let's not build them then. Let us actually build garrison forces. Because even though they are garrisons, they did do fairly well as offensive units when pushed into that role. Yes, soft. Yeah, give me the small. Give me the improved small arms with better breakthrough. We're gonna need them. Wow, 7 people actually watching. That's insane. 7 people. All sat here watching me do this. It's fantastic. So Palang and Barber will come into the Indian Ocean Fleet soon. What we now need to consider is what will be escorting them. So, twin torpedo launcher, fire control, radar, heavy anti-aircraft guns, and then of course we will have, for these ships, I'm going to go with a fairly basic design. So we're going to have single 105mm guns, because I want to try and keep the costs down and make the ships as mass producible as I can. And so these will be... And these are the Type 1946 destroyers. Obviously, I make sure to keep the older destroyers in the fleet, just so that I have the rebuilds available if I need them. There we go. Yep, and research councils to increase the speed at which we research things, which is an excellent thing given, you know, the fact we'll probably be at war with the Allies soon. And we need as many troops as we can lay hands on. The front with the Russians has entered something of a stalemate for the Allies. And for the Russians themselves, it seems. Which, to be fair, is pretty much what I want. Do the emergency garrison forces have anti-aircraft? They do not. And I can probably afford to give them it just to increase their effectiveness. Excellent. Light tank command, which is fantastic. Because it makes them even more effective than they already are. With command tanks for our elite divisions. Very, very nice. Okay, so it's a bit of a lull right now. So we're still just working through our... We're basically just waiting for everything to fall into place right now. U-boat construction is continuing at a fairly rapid rate. Type 2 is coming into service. How many do we have in the first flotilla? 12 boats. Very good, very good. Although we will take some influence from the Norwegian submarine that we captured to design a new class of submarines that are more advanced than the ones we currently operate. There we go. May as well improve what anti-aircraft... Actually, no, don't improve. Actually, yeah. No, don't improve. I like the stockpiles to exist. There we go. So, we are steadily building... we should be able to provide enough aircraft for each of the carriers. Once all's said and done. And we've still got the Polish armament shipments coming in to bulk up the amount of equipment that we actually have. Speaking of which, I should probably train some new elite divisions. We're not out of tanks. What? So I think it's all... most of our tanks are currently our modern... No, we still actually... Most of our armory is a mix of the older L841s and L1843s. Only 136 of our 660 light tanks are our L2045s. Wait, that was an atom bomb. That was an atom bomb. I heard it. Oh my god! Volgograd just got nuked. Oh my god. The Allies just delivered an atom bomb to Volgograd. Okay. We need the bomb. We need the bomb as soon as possible. We absolutely need the bomb as soon as possible. That atom bombing of Volgograd means that we will be facing Allied atomic strikes, and that changes the calculus of the air war significantly. And I mean, it really changes the calculus of the air war significantly. We need to stand up new squadrons of fighters and get them trained as rapidly as we can. How many do we have in reserve? Not much. The war chewed through a lot of our stockpiles. Are there any on the market going spare? Surely the Poles will have something to spare. No. They do, but they have old aircraft that we don't really need. If you know the Allies, that wasn't an attack on Russia, that was a message to us. Yeah, well, I'm not scared of them. I'm confident in my Air Force's ability to control the skies. As long as I push Allied air power away from our core territories, we should be okay. Speaking of which, the resumption of hostilities is soon, actually. When is... So, 23rd of December, so I'll start justifying on the 13th of December then. So, 23rd of December is when the truce is... we can get missiles on planes. You should be scared. The US isn't deciding it's no longer... Knight, the US was in the war the last time and we didn't even capitulate. We're stronger now than we were then. Also, it may not be the US with the atom bomb. It could be the British. Why is the Republic of China... Why is the PRC in the Allies? They were in their own thing. Did Germany take control of their faction? They may have. Wait. Iberia guaranteed our independence, so Iberia won't join the war. Okay, that's a bit weird, but alright. Yeah, that's a bit weird. That's a domino falling into place I simply was not expecting. But thanks, Iberia, I guess. um, Awfully decent of them to guarantee us, which I was not expecting. Okay, so cancel that contract. Do we... Poland, do you have any support equipment? You do have support equipment. That is lovely. I will take your entire stock. Please. It's coming via land, isn't it? Yeah, so we can just keep that going even when the war starts. Oh, the various African nations are buying our oil. It's propping up our industry. That's cool. The US is operating on the domino theory. We'll liberate your country in 30 minutes or less. Mark, that is hilarious. Can we get some... Oh, I don't have enough support equipment, that's the problem. I don't think the war with Russia will reignite anytime soon there. They're pretty desperate up here. I think I can probably spare 6 divisions from each of the armies watching the Russian border to bulk up the force facing the Raj. Now, the war with the Allies will come quickly and sharply, and when it does, we have to be ready to move with lightning speed. Okay, we've got even... Well, that means I'm gonna... Well, time to redesign those destroyers. Again. This time with 4 single 5-inch guns. There we go. Now they have 4 single 5-inch guns. Yeah, we need more. We need more factories. We need more firearms. We need more everything. How are we doing for our territories in the east? Not nearly enough to core them yet, but we're getting there. Come on. I reckon I can do this fairly easily. There'll be no nasty surprises like the last war. I'm ready on nearly every front. There'll be no nasty surprises. There we go. Fleet, you've clearly let power go to your head. The US can bring you down very easily. If they could do that, why didn't they do it in the last war? Why weren't we instantly annihilated in the last war? Why were we able to push the combined might of the Allies and the Russians back? Why do we own parts of India? If they could do that, Knight, then they would have done it. They didn't. Okay. Hang on. Rise of the Third... oh. They what? They what? Okay! What in the what? Alright, we are officially in Crazy Town. Russia is now a complete orthodoxy. And... good God. Okay, Russia has officially gone completely doolally. Oh, we actually have more fighters now. Okay, so a lot of our other air wings have actually... So I can afford to constitute... I can afford to constitute some fighter squadrons for home defense. Specifically the defense of the Iranian capital. Which is fine. And there we go. Our people come first, which helps us increase our resource gain efficiency, which we could do with. Especially extracting resources from our from our new liberated states in Central Asia. Time to remove Russia. We'll get to that. I think that it's already Romania. Romania, you want to explain to me what you're doing in Mongolia? I've only just noticed this. Romania, what are you doing here? Why are you here? What? What in the what? What? Why are you here? What? Why? Why are you here, Romania? Christ, I've got nine people watching now. Okay, so... Right. Let's do it. Right, let's do it. I'm also not going to let the Turks just sit out and wait till they're ready. We're going to justify on them as soon as the... Hopefully they join the war immediately, but they may not. They relocated themselves. Tehran would not be the target. Given how the AI in HOI 4 works, yes, Tehran would probably be the target. Yeah, the British and the Turks are stretched thin trying to hold the Russians at bay. We should be able to actually achieve the objectives I want to achieve. Fairly easily, in fact. Oh, come on. We need jet engines. Work faster. Romania just stole Mongolia. Yes, although I'm not particularly fond of typical Romanian antics because, well, That's a stereotype. We don't like stereotypes here. Come on, Montana, do better. Let's not reinforce the stereotype of Romanians, please. Oh, adaptable. That could be useful. I suppose we can... Oh, no, we need... No, we actually are starting to run out of light tanks now, so we need to save what we have for the divisions currently in the field. Right, I'm sorry, Britain, but I'm here to take back what's rightfully mine. Give. Oh. Hang on. Whoop. Yep, that's all the... Yep, that's all that. Okay, so time for Operation... time for Operation Seizure. That is the total encirclement and destruction of Turkish-held Iranian territory. And its recapture and reintegration into the Iranian Empire proper. To be fair, they've done the smart thing and abandoned it. But it does mean I can sweep it up fairly quickly. It's time for operations in India. So India has decided to not join. Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't just get to not join. That's not how it works. You don't just get to sit out the war until you decide you're ready. That's not how this works. Okay, slow it down to 3 speed, and let's get on with it. Newts create lots of sun worship. Hanukkah Volgograd must have made a religious uprising and subsequent coup. If only that were true, but no. The Russians must have been following that path in their focus tree for a while now. There we go. We've got the... our forces making moves to secure the eastern border by bringing ourselves to the river line, as we did in the last war. Right. Okay. I want our scouting patrols out in the Arabian Sea. If we find any allied convoys, I want them found and sunk. Yeah. Oh, hi. Yeah, the Iranian fleet's here. Yeah, I heard you were talking smack. Yeah. Oh Christ. Oh, that's Eagle, powerful, victorious, outroyal, glorious, and magnificent, along with the battleships Queen Elizabeth, Royal Sovereign, Jupiter, Valiant, Royal Oak, and Goliath. Yeah. Nope. We're out of here. Billy Big steps in the other direction, if you please, Quartermaster! Okay, so not the finest day for the Iranian fleet, I have to admit. That might have been the entire Indian Ocean fleet sunk. But at least they went down fighting. Yeah, the Allies must have had troops in the area to help... Come on, lads. Don't let him entrench. Don't let him entrench. Don't let him entrench. Keep hitting them hard. Come on, lads. Do not let them entrench. The retaking of Iranian territory goes very well indeed. Our forces have succeeded. Yeah, let me just very quickly form up new squadrons of aviation in Pakistan quickly to make sure that we have some air presence on this front to help our divisions do what they do best. talk a big game, but the moment you face the opposition, you turn and run away. Well, yeah, Knight, that's just standard tactics. Like, so you're saying my fleet did die, but you're saying they should have not tried to preserve themselves? They should have just died because, you know, they were suicidal? That's German Nazi-style thinking. That's the style of thinking that loses people wars. There we go. Yeah, that's the... There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's it. The frontier and the... Oh, we could seize Kuwait. Lovely. That's handy. We've managed to... Oh, there we go. We've managed to actually succeed on some of the multiple... Well, wow, almost every front has been an unqualified success. Almost all of the first month's objectives have been achieved on schedule. Fantastic. Oh, that's an encirclement. Can I do it again? Yes, I can. Seriously? Well, no, Knight. It's not like I didn't turn and run away. I'm winning. I'm winning. Like my fleet fought and died, but it fought and died trying to win a naval battle. It then tried to run away because it was fighting a much superior force and it was going to get its cheeks handed to it. So it ran away, which was the correct decision. Oh well. It's not a problem. There we go. So, you need to just very quickly reorientate your front line so it's there. There we go. And then we'll wait for the allies to... Oh, they're trying to... Don't let them stop us at Suez, boys. Come on. Quickly, use the makeshift bridges. Go, 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 go. Go. Over the Suez Canal. Come on, go. Go now. Speed. Power. Okay, oh, hang on, I can shorten the front here a bit. 1 second. Yeah, hit him in the face. Oh, we can take that little province. Ah, there we go. So let's have you gentlemen swing... Oh, wait, yeah. Have you swing left. Oh, there are 7 Turkish divisions there that are just completely cut off from their friends. We didn't manage to succeed entirely on the Indian front as I would have liked, but we did at least succeed in most of the areas I wanted us to succeed in, which I am mostly fine with. Not perfect, but it's definitely better than... Yeah, I always knew the naval war was a gamble, but... I gambled that the British and American fleets would be busy dealing with the Japanese. Unfortunately, they were not. Oh well. Time for a rebuild attempt 42. Okay, we are over the Suez Canal. Yep, push on. The Allies are still on the run. Keep pushing them. Come on, push on, push on. If we lose the offensive momentum, we lose the war, so let's not do that. Let's instead keep the momentum going. There we go. That's the way. Now who's on the back foot being surprise attacked? Yes! You love to see it! Yep, that's what I wanted. Okay, so let's start pushing the front on this axis as well, shall we? They can't stop us! Oh, they've... Oh, that's annoying. How have they done that? That's really quite annoying, but never mind. For some reason my troops moved off the defensive positions on the river that we held and have let the Indians take them back. Well, that's just silly, but never mind. It's not a major deal. We'll be alright. Okay, That's it. Continue the advance, folks. Into Arabia. Egypt is falling very, very, very rapidly. Even American infantry and armored divisions can't stand against our might. Well, this time everything is going according to plan. There are no surprises that can hurt me now. The war will run as we expect it to run. Okay. Yeah, everything is going well on most of the offensive fronts. Keeping the Allies disorganized, which means we're continuing to win battle after battle. Our air power is doing actually really quite well for us. There we go. We have successfully driven them past the Suez Canal, which is one of the things I wanted to do. It's enabled us to retake the production facilities we need to massively expand the scope of the conflict. I need land cruisers, basically. Yep, so that's fine. We've seized northern Turkey, which is good. That's what we wanted. Okay. Okay, the Allies have thrown a massive offensive against us in Africa. Yep, so let's consolidate the front. Fall back behind defendable lines of supply. And prepare to begin the offensive again shortly. That's it. Organise withdrawal to defensible positions so we can reorganise and prepare to hit them again even harder. Yep, that's it. Withdraw. Withdraw to defensible positions just so we can actually hold the Egyptian front. There we go, we can now push southwards on that front. New Zealand and Australian tanks are basically not going to be able to hold us back from our destiny. There we go. Yep, so we've consolidated our defensive line around Suez, and that is going to hold them in place until the other fronts are solidified, and we can spare men to deal with that problem. I mean, the Turks are a shadow of what they once were. The Turks are an absolute shambles. Just complete travesty compared to the force that shattered Iranian lines scarcely 3 years ago. They're completely held up by their allies. Yeah, that's it, withdraw. Come on everybody, withdraw. Let's make sure that we don't... We have to, as long as we hold the Suez Canal, that really complicates their supply situation, which is what we want. There we go. All the front lines are holding and are stable. This is all fantastic. This is all very, very good. Everything is proceeding exactly as I have foreseen. All is well. How dare they retake that supply dump? I will deal with that shortly. Yeah, they just cannot defeat us up there, or even in the south. To be fair, that's against basic divisions. We can short on our own frontage in Arabia, though, which I think we should do. Okay, so we've solidified the Egyptian front, which is fantastic. All very, very good stuff. And now all we need to do is wait. So we've managed to commission our 2 carriers. Which is a bit annoying, as they're commissioning into a fleet that's now somewhat empty, but I'm fairly certain that we can reconstitute our fleet to a size capable of dealing with the enemy once we get the Habakkuk carriers we're developing. We're able to hold in place where we are now, which is what we want to do. The Allies are stretched thin on far too many fronts, fighting far too many wars. Yeah, it's mildly... Yeah, withdraw from those 2 sectors. Yeah, it's annoying, but the Eastern Front is basically going to have to hold where it is. We do have the supply dumps, we need to do that, but it's just going to be a question of actually dealing with the consequences of that. So, when we witness the firepower of a fully armed and operational battle station. Not for a while yet. We need to basically dig in now and use the newly recaptured territories we've gained to massively bulk up our armed forces. We have to use the new factories to massively increase the rate of equipment production to enable us to fight the Allies on even terms, given all the other fronts they're committed on. Once that's done, we'll be able to thoroughly and completely annihilate the Allied powers, at least from the front line we possess, and then we can focus on constructing a powerful armada to defeat the British and French at sea, so the British and Americans at sea, and take the war to London and Washington. Soon, my friends. Soon we will be victorious. And while the wars are ongoing, I have to go and quickly and do something. Back in a tick. Well, all is well, funnily enough. Fleet's gone mad with power. Knight, I'm literally winning. The borders have moved forwards from where they were at the beginning of the war. How do you look at that and go, ah yes, fleet's gone mad with power, when I'm literally winning and the war's going exactly as I foresaw it would? Also got a massive encirclement of Turkish troops I can crush. And presumably the Japanese are going to help me crush. Albeit they're unintentionally going to help me crush them. Oh, there we go. Okay, so everything's going well so far. Yeah, mass build me a good chunk of those ships. And then yeah, keep building subs. Yeah, they can't push us back. Okay. There we go. Yep, experimental warehouse automation, very good. Automated warehouses are all well and good. You love to see it. It'll help us increase the rate at which we supply our forces, while reducing the rate the Allies supply theirs. Yep, everything's going fine actually, yeah. The Allies are attempting to retake Cairo, but that's not really going to work. Just toss in one of the elite divisions to help bolster the ones that are under attack in Cairo. Quickly. Yep, there we go. Just remember, keep... well, counter-attack into Cairo. Don't let them keep it. Their own forces are disorganised after that offensive. Should be fairly easy for us to retake it. There we go. Throw the reorganised divisions in. There we go. Okay, yeah, they're reinforced. It's fine. The loss of Cairo stings, but it's fine. As long as we're not fighting on the territory of Iran proper, everything is still going according to plan. Because we're outside of core territory, so everything else is just territory of occupied and seized in defensive operations, so everything else is going according to plan. Wait, Republic of China? Why is the Republic of China in the Allies and not leading their own faction that they were in? The heck? When did that happen? There we go. Okay, there we are. All is well. The Yemenis forces are trying to push us out of there. There's a large bunch of Allied troops starving in the desert. Which is fine, let them starve. There we go. And there we go, we can improve naval bomber production, which is good. We will need that. Let me put our naval bombers on patrol in the Persian Gulf, which is good. To help us secure that. And then make sure our destroyers are being deployed in the new forward naval operating base of the Persian Navy. Because we need them there. Chinese wobblies. Churchill must be hitting the brandy really hard. All I've basically got to do is wait for the Allied AI to deprioritize our sectors. And move forces to combat the Russians. Or the Turk. Or you know, the Japanese. Or any of the myriad other armies the Allies are fighting. Like the new war in South America that's still ongoing. Once that happens, that's our window. And then we strike again. And then we pause. The AI goes, okay, they're no longer a threat. Pulls troops away. Then we hit them again. And that's how we'll continue to push them back. Okay. I wasn't expecting the Irish to show up. That's a bit of a nasty shock. Why is it the Indian front this time? The front that caused the least problem. Okay, so again, that's the thing. The thing I said would happen has happened. The AI of the Allies is pulling forces off this front to go and deal with fronts they consider more valuable to their war effort. There we go. There we go. So again, same thing as before. Push forwards as rapidly as we can. Seize as many key objectives of the Allies as we physically can while their forces are weak and vulnerable. Encircle as many divisions as we can, kill as many divisions as we can, push forward, push forward, push forward. Because the Allied generalship has, as I said they would, deprioritize our sector. So we're taking advantage of that to move the front. Oh, you've got to be... Did you idiotic AI really let 28 divisions be encircled? I actually can't. You literally had one job and you couldn't even do that. Okay, we've seized the area we wanted to seize. That's fine. Hold in place. That's fine. It's okay. We're good. Just hold in place, please. I mean, if I can, I'll try and. How long have we been at war for? Right, I think that's where we'll call it here for today. Unfortunately, some bungling from some AI has meant that our troops in northern India decided that it was a really good idea to just leave the only exit unguarded and concentrate in 2 provinces, which means they've been encircled. The AI in this game sometimes makes me want to commit die, which means that I'm going to somehow have to find men to shift eastward to deal with that. The other fronts, however, are all holding, or in some cases even advancing, at a steady rate. And with that, I bid you all a good evening for this stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you've had a fantastic time. Tune in next week for when we continue the war and either get a compromise peace, or, as it may be, push onwards to final total victory. Take care, folks. And I'll catch you all in a minute on